I love this selection from Razer off the back of a big win last week. Don't need to change what isn't broken. Force changes with injuries. He's made good choices there for guys to come in. He's also made a positional or tactical swap with bringing Damon McKenzie in at fullback, Will Jordan to the wing, a debut for Leroy Carter, Boomfa on the wing. And while he hasn't made many changes, he's made a lot of changes and it's fantastic. Or he's made strong decisions, strong changes, if that makes sense. All Blacks fans, what do you guys think? You happy with the squad? What changes would you have liked to see? What changes have been made that you don't like? What do you think of the bench? What do you think of the squad? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So, love the changes, like I said, that have been made to the squad. All Blacks didn't have to or didn't need to make a lot of changes. It kind of shows the growth, I think, that Razer has shown as head coach of the All Blacks. That first year, kind of just finding his feet, not making too many drastic changes. Coming to this year, he started to swap players around, putting Rico back to the wing, giving guys opportunity, bringing new guys in, Simon Parker, who's now pretty much the number 6 for the All Blacks, between him and Tupovai, and giving other guys opportunity as well. And then now, when it comes to it, making those positional swaps that us as some fans can see, like, this is what should happen. D-Mac should go to fullback. Will Jordan should go to the wing. Some points, it feels like Razer reads a lot of the comments. That's what it feels like. Or some of the fans are a lot smarter at rugby than what they think. I don't know if I should say that because then it just gives fans more kind of fuel to say what they want. Anyway, love the comments, love all the feedback, love the insights from you guys. But I do like this selection. And as a Springbok fan, man, holy, it's gonna be a game. That's all I'm gonna say. So, Ethan de Groot, Samisoni Tokiaho, and Tyrell Lomax up front. Then we've got Scott Barrett, Tupovai, same locks. Scott Barrett captain, same back row in Simon Parker, Artie Salvia, and Wallace Atiti. Then Noah Hotham comes in at 9, Bowden Barrett at 10. Finlay Christie probably a little hard done by there. I thought he did really well last week, but we'll go through all of that. Then Geordie Barrett, Billy Proctor, same centres. Then the back three changes. Love this. It's Leroy Carter on debut. Then Will Jordan, right wing, and Damon McKenzie, fullback. On the bench, we got Brodie McAllister, Tamaiti Williams, Fletcher Newell, Fabian Holland, Duplessis Karifi, Finlay Christie, Quinn Tupaia, and Ruben Love. So up front, the first change, obviously, Tyrell Lomax coming in with Fletcher Newell dropped to the bench. I think this is more of a Fletcher Newell. We need you later on in the game where the boys are getting a bit tired. The scrum is under the pump. You can come in and try and steady that up there. I had a different layout in my predicted squad. I had Tyrell Lomax at loose head for some reason. I know now he's a tight head. But this, he struggled when he came on last week. But that could have been maybe because of Tamaiti Williams or just... I think they've just changed it up here to change that dynamic in the front row. They needed to change something because they struggled at scrum time. Tokiaho coming in for Cody Taylor, that makes sense. He's been great off the bench. Maybe look to start McAllister, then still bring Tokiaho off the bench, but I don't mind Tokiaho starting. Same locks. They were outstanding versus the Springboks in that test at Eden Park. Just go off the back of that. Really good at line-out time, stealing balls, winning their own ball, physical, defensively physical, carrying the ball. And just Tupovai was sensational. I think one of his best All Blacks games, for sure. So they keep their spots there at lock. And then Fabian Holland to come on later. And it's the perfect... it's the one thing I questioned leading up to the Eden Park test. And they proved me wrong. So... stick to it. Again, what isn't broken, don't fix. Back row, Simon Parker, Artie Salvia, Wallace Atiti. That's the definition of what isn't broken, don't fix. That back row, outstanding. Really, to think that the change at lock, like bringing Tupovai in there, has also then made a ripple effect to the change of the dynamic in the back row and how well that's worked. So Tupou obviously always the 6. He's now moved into lock. They've gone really good, got Scott Barrett and Tupou. That's given opportunity for Simon Parker to come in at 6. Our Wallace Atiti comes in at 8. Ari Xavier moves to 7. And that back row now I think that back row is finished. That is the All Blacks back row going forward now for a while. I think. All Blacks fans, what do you guys think? 9 and 10. So Noah Hotham comes in at 9. Beauden Barrett at 10. I think Beauden Barrett was perfect. They took his kicking duties or kicking at goal duties away from him. And that just allowed him to do his thing. We know what he can do with ball in hand. His kicking out of hand has been really good. Sometimes, yes, a bit just, it looks like he's not kicking with any intent. But he's kicking out of hand. I mean, the cross kick and then the 50-22 both led to tries. So really good in that regard. And then Jordie Barrett kicked really well off the tee. Damien McKenzie starts this week, so he'll just be kicking, I'm guessing. Noah Hotham comes in. The only question mark I have around here is fitness. I guess I know Noah Hotham is super fit. And again, these guys are professional athletes. They would have been training the house down, and you don't just let guys walk in. The guys normally just come in and they're ready to go again. It's more that match fitness that you can try and emulate on the training park, but it's not the same as an actual game. So that's probably the only thing there, but you've still got Finlay Christie on the bench. All the Finlay Christie haters, get over yourselves, man. He's been outstanding. So Noah Hotham, energy, good pass, his support work really good. And then I think the only way, and he'll definitely won't shy away from it, but Finlay Christie's really good at it. The only question mark with Hotham is around, match fitness, but also his defense in and around those rucks. Finlay Christie was really good in that regard. Then centers, Jordie Barrett and Billy Proctor, they were good. Again, you don't have to have these big, flashy games. Just do your job and do it really well. And that's what they did in that first test at Eden Park. Jordie Barrett kicked well off the tee, physical, and they defended really well. And they shut down that Springbok backline. So they get another opportunity there. And I'm glad to see that centre pairing just sticking. And then the back 3. This is it, where leading up to this week, there was only going to be one force change because Imoni Narrawai fractured ribs, punctured lung. All the best to him on his recovery. Then you're thinking, how are they going to change that up? So Rieko Ioane being dropped, this could be you're dropped or you're just having a bit of time to rest. But it's also a little tap on the shoulder, like these guys here that want to play, you need to step your game up a bit because he has been quiet. I wouldn't say he's been below average or anything like that, but he's been quiet, Rieko Ioane's. Now, in step, Leroy Carter. In step, Boomfa. How good. We've seen it all year for the Chiefs. Fantastic. Rapid, strong, fast, physical, X factor. He's got all of it. Get him in there in the illustrious 11 jersey for the All Blacks. That's someone who gets the ball now and you sit a little bit further up on your seat. For sure. Hope he gets good ball. Hope he gets lots of opportunity. I can see him or the All Blacks using him on first phase as well because he's good in contact. So you've got Jordie Barrett running at the line. You've got Boomfa coming around the corner. You've got Billy Proctor flat there. Then you've got probably Will Jordan or Damien McKenzie out the back because Damien McKenzie's now playing fullback. Deadly. And something the Springbok backline will have to look out for because you got a younger backline named or more exciting backline named for the Springboks that Rassie named on Monday already. And Razer's gone, checkmate. This is also a very super exciting backline from the All Blacks, especially that dynamic of having Damien McKenzie out the back as that kind of second receiver behind the centres going forward or behind the forwards going forward. You've got Will Jordan outside him. Will Jordan with 14 on his back. I love him at 15 because he gets a lot of ball, but Will Jordan with 14 on his back, deadly. And that's happening from the start. So, man, I like this team for sure. Then on the bench, obviously, I didn't even touch on Duplessis Kirifi. He comes on later, brings the energy. Nugget, him and Kwagga Smith, I'm sure will go hand in hand. They will go at it again. I saw they swapped jerseys after the Eden Park test. I feel like they watched the show. They watched Kick On Rugby. They saw last week that I was like, get them on together, that whole thing. They swapped jerseys after. How good. Then you've got Finlay Christie, spoke on him a bit. Kuntu Paya was really good when he came on last week. So I see kind of that similar role there. He could even come on a little bit earlier to give him a bit more minutes and to rest someone like Jordie Barrett. And then you've got Ruben Love. This is also a big inclusion for me. He's been holding tackle bags now for a while in the Rugby Championship. And now he gets his opportunity. I hope he gets good minutes. I would love to see him come on at fly-off, leave Damien McKenzie on for the whole game, give Beauden Barrett a rest, and bring Ruben Love on at 10. Wouldn't mind that, but we know he can cover 10, fullback, and wing, so he helps that backline out for sure. This is a big one. This is a huge one. More big for the Springboks, but big for these guys. Big for this selection as well. I like the layout of this. I'm going to go. I can't see all that. So many changes from the Springboks to bounce back that big for this one. It's a tough old ask, man, and this team will be up for it. I think All Blacks to win this one by about 5 to 10 points. Again, similar to last week's result. Springboks need to step up massively in this one. What do you guys think? What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Bye.